last 2 years we were talking about our new European-made M4 or R15, which is the Airsoft Systems R15 electric airsoft gun, which is let's say the second piece of newly developed European-made airsoft guns, which is coming out on the market together with Scorpion from ASG, which was also developed with together with ASG and Airsoft Systems, and this one was purely developed by Airsoft Systems. It is a split gearbox design. This one here is open. It has a quick spring change, so you don't need to change the full cylinder if you want to adjust your power settings for skirmishing or CQB. You can just open your gun, remove the spring, put another spring, close it down, and it's ready to go. And what's also interesting here, that usually on normal electric guns, the trigger is just a soft switch, and there is not a mechanical feeling to the trigger like a gas blowback has or a real gun. So we have added here a special device which actually makes the trigger feel mechanical as a real gun. So it's a two-stage trigger. You have, when you put it, you can actually feel the breaking point, after which it will fire, and then it clicks, and after you release it, you can feel the reset. Actually, I'll put it next to the mic. So we're looking to build an electric gun which to be easy for the airsoft player to service, to change power settings, to have the battery entirely in the stock tube, so he can put any stock he likes without any battery boxes. We wanted the mechanical feeling. We wanted also to stop shooting when the magazine is empty, but still using normal EAG magazines. So we have developed a special hop-up chamber with a sensor inside, so you can use any electric gun magazine in here. It will still stop dry firing. When you want to resume firing, you need to press the bolt catch. Also, the whole system inside is built in a way that it's perfectly sealed when it's closed, to make sure that in any kind of environment that you play, you will not get sand or any other kind of dirt inside the gearbox. It's water protected, the electronics and everything, so even if it gets wet in the rain or drop in water, you don't have to bother about it. In the electronics especially, we have used the high-end possible components, and you know that we're also manufacturing the ASU, which you build in existing airsoft guns, but in each version 2 or version 3 gearbox, we have to deal with the limitation that the manufacturers of those gearbox present to us. So here we build that electronic without any limitations. What we did actually, first we build up the electronic the best possible way, and then we just build the gun around it. So it's very tough, it's very strong. We went to a lot of torture tests, and it has survived. Actually, the gun has been tested within a chosen airsoft player for over 10 months. We did a lot of stupid things with them, and we haven't broken anything, 0 failures. And we used also that period of time to set up all, let's say, legal papers for production. And at the moment we're in a stage to finalize the coating, and very small, mainly cosmetical bits. So we expect that gun to be on the market 60 to 90 days after IWA. Also, what's interesting, that's a magazine which we have developed to be the magazine for the ASR. But still, you know, the ASR works with any electric airsoft gun magazine, and this magazine can work also in any electric airsoft gun. You can take a normal airsoft gun, it works in it. Also, what is interesting here is the way the magazine is built. That somebody has a pen. You know, if you take a normal mag and you want to service it, you have to unscrew it, take it out, unscrew the other bits. You have springs flying, and then it's a pain in the ass to put it back together, especially the small spring here, the followers and everything. Here the only tool you need is this. That's everything. This you can take it on your tap, put water in, it will go, it clean it out, you dry it, you put it back together. Also, what's interesting, inside the BB channel, it's a double stack magazine, so you have 2 rows of BBs, but around the rows of BBs we have built special channels which are there if you, during the game or warding with the spill waters or in your pocket in your vest, you have some dirt inside, it will build up inside those pockets and will keep the channel clean, so it will not fail. You know, this we don't have single pins, no screws, nothing in this magazine. This is how you put it together.
It's for ladies, for kids. This square gun, I need this permission to go. You need a square gun, and it's good because it can hold heavy and serious magazine.
This is the spring guide. Then you take this. Locks. So also those magazines are going to retail about, I think it's a box of 5 is around 30-36 euros, something like this. So it's 7 to 8 euro the magazine. It's a magazine which everybody can afford to lose. It's built up from shock-resistant ABS. We have tested it like throwing it around, running it with cars. They work. Also, what's interesting in the ASR gun is that we wanted to build a really high-end gun, but still keep it in a mid-range price. So what we did is we did not did any kind of compromise from the important components, which are the all internals: motor, gears, piston, cylinder heads, piston heads, barrel, hop-up rubbers, receiver. All the important parts are not zero compromise. But what we've done, we've put a basic stock to cut down the price. We're not going to put any sights because we know the sights are going to be removed or changed from 90% of the players. The stock also is going to be changed. The rail is going to be changed. So we cut the price from using a lower cost stock, lower cost rail system. Why choosing a rail? Because we saw that the difference between choosing a rail or iron sights, standard iron sights with polymer handguards, the cost is almost the same. So myself as an airsoft player, I prefer to have a rail, even if it's a basic rail, just to be a rail. So what we put, it is a basic rail, but it is a strong rail. It doesn't wobble, it's easy to put in, easy to remove. Also the threading on the receiver, it is Airsoft spec, but the stock tube is mil spec. Why is that? We want the player to can choose from the whole variety of aftermarket rails for the Airsoft, which are cheaper than real steel rails. But we wanted to have as much as possible space in the stock tube for battery, because whatever we talk, the best place for the battery is the stock tube. And we had a lot of questions about recoil systems. And many people say, oh, can I put the battery somewhere in the front because I want to put a recoil system. The fact here is that because of the way it's built, you see those here. When you put it in, they go directly against the receiver. The initial work of those is when the piston hits to distribute the load to the whole receiver. So we make sure that even in extremely cold weather, this will not break. Also, the material that we use is aluminum alloy, which is specially designed to manufacture piston for cars. So it's a very strong material. But what will happen, we did another effect that I cannot demonstrate you here because it is not allowed to shoot, but because the piston hits directly into the receiver, it gives you quite strong recoil. So we compare it to a lot of recoil systems, it's almost the same. So anything else?